Welcome to Date with DANU right here on Hi TV, your luxury channel. Today on the show, it's going to be one yummy episode, so let's get on to what's cooking at home.
Hi, I'm Jayani.
Hi, I'm Dush.
We are here.
To go on a date with Danu.
Hi, I'm Hash from Hash Delhi and I'm here to go on a date with Danu.
What do I have to say about Danu? I like his dress sense and I will just keep my mouth shut about the rest.
Well, I've known Danu for quite a long time, maybe 10, 15 years. I mean, he is a class apart. I mean, it's Danu. What more can you say?
We used to be on TV together. He was so attractive back then. I mean, I'm not saying he's not attractive now. He's attractive now as well. Nicest guy. Absolutely the nicest guy. I think his laugh wasn't so loud back then, but it is now. I don't know what happened. And we're still friends. And he's one of those guys, I think, who always show up for friends, who always try to uplift our businesses, and I can reach out to him anytime, and he's that guy.
Welcome to the show, and I'm so happy to have you here. And today we are speaking to three people who actually make food taste delightful. So with me I have Hash, I have Dush, I have Jayani. Hi everyone.
Hello.
Thanks for being here on the show. To start things off, I'm quite excited to know food is everyone's little passion project. I think there was a time when we actually took time to go to a restaurant and eat. Now we have just moved on from that. We order, and we went from there to a point that we like to check out who is cooking at home, and we try to give them a chance. And that culture really grew with COVID, because even my neighbors started to cook. Everyone around me was cooking. So I was like, how many lunch packs can you all provide? So my first question is, how many people are actually there who's cooking at home now? And two, how does this making a business out of your home space take you all this far? I'll start with you.
Well, okay, I don't cook at home. I Uber in because I don't have time to cook because I'm baking all the time. Yeah, from morning till night. And people think that it's easy. People sometimes are like, oh, you know, it's so nice that you have a hobby. It's not a hobby.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on my feet from 6 in the morning, sometimes like until midnight. And running your own business means you work a lot longer and harder.
Correct.
Yeah.
You're accountable for your own mistakes as well.
Exactly,
Yeah.
and you're at home, right? So
Yes.
you're working all the time. It's very difficult to have the separation between personal life and your work life.
How is it for you?
So you mean like cooking meals for your daily consumption?
No,
is
like
it?
how was it? How was it from, you know, something that you did in the kitchen to eventually making it into a brand?
Oh, right. So when I first did the Arak chocolate biscuit pudding, which is kind of what launched Bellissima, it was for a Christmas dinner party. So I made a dish. We just kind of did it on a whim. I wasn't even sure if it was going to set. It worked out, and everybody just went gaga over it. Sat on the recipe for a while.
Is it the alcohol that made them go gaga?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody had to take a nap halfway through the meal because it was a lot of alcohol. I actually had to tone it down for the final recipe.
For sure, because you know you can be someone. Well, I don't drink at all, but you are drunk, sir, and you're driving. I had Bellissima. Yeah, that's quite a potion.
Yeah, because when I started, there was a double shot dinner. So yes, it's almost like drinking.
There you go.
It was like all alcohol because the jar is really small.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
There was a time somebody was complaining that they'd open the lid and then they could smell it across the room
Correct.
because it was so alcoholic. So I toned it down, so it became like one shot instead of two.
Okay.
But people were like, reduce it further. It
that's-
needs to have a bit
that
of a
kick
kick.
needs to be there.
Yeah.
So that's what sort of took you off. Were you always a dessert person, or were you a savory person?
Savory person, actually. The dessert thing started much later.
And
almost.
it was just a lucky thing that it happened to work out.
Well, in the sense, I used to run the cafe at the Goethe Institute, and I was cooking, rice and curry for the staff, and then also other savory dishes, but then they also need a dessert. So out of necessity, I had to start making desserts. I was petrified of baking, so I just started teaching myself to bake. And then I realized, this is actually easier than cooking, because you just mix everything, just have to make sure the ratios are right, and then pop in the oven and you're done.
Peckish me is what you go as.
Yes.
Okay, what is so peckish about me? Sorry.
Oh my God!
No, I just wanted to know.
You really want to know?
But tell me, your peckish me, although you are someone who loves to cook and you cook, but you also sort of take food and experience it and sort of share your thoughts on it. And how is that page going?
Of course. So, Peckish Me is not necessarily a food selling brand. It is a recipe creator brand as well as a food experience brand. I believe that food is something very sensual. So, I want to give now for a lot of us out there, food is just something that you gulp down.
Correct.
Right? So, that is
Because I don't see my sister cooking like this. Far from it. She's like, just take that and let it go. Yeah. Far from sensual, I promise you.
Okay, so the experience of eating.
Eating.
Even
Okay.
cooking can be quite sensual, right?
Not for me, I sweat a lot.
Oh my god. Okay, never mind. Okay. Forget I
Get
asked
a
that.
fan on.
See, that's another thing I don't understand. Nobody puts fans in their kitchens in Sri Lanka. What is with that?
Actually, it kind of throws the flame also.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's
it
another
takes a lot
problem,
longer
you know?
to cook.
Flames
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
fans don't really go well together unless you can air condition the space. So
Yeah, but then
The
you
smell
know, all the
doesn't go.
smoke and
We have
everything,
moved on
you
to
know.
something totally different. Why don't you all discuss about this? Because I have something absolutely fabulous coming up, and it's a simple game, and I'm so excited because you're the first to play it with me, and it's called Tap and Go. Welcome back to the show. Thank you so very much to our friends who are here from MasterCard making this possible. I must say they've given such a beautiful gift box that's going to come and be a part of one of you all this evening. That is only if you get all the answers right. See, I have my own little card. How cool is that? All right, here's how the game works. You need to tap and go. I need to hear the tap, and then I will ask the person who has tapped first to give me the answer. Okay?
Do we say tap when you're tapping?
Yes, no,
What sound
no,
did you
just
expect
I
to
will
make?
see. I'm right here. Where do you think I'm seated 20 yards away?
you can't hear me,
I
right?
can hear you.
three
What do you
of
think I'm
us.
not?
Spank
I
it, it.
don't spank
Oh, okay.
it.
Tap.
Tap and go. Dush, what are you
But
thinking?
where are we going? After
You're
tapping.
not going anywhere. Just tap
Okay.
there and wait.
Tap.
Oh, I'm kidding. I can't handle these humans, man, at times. All right, here we go. These are your questions. Number one. What percentage of the earth is covered with water? Your options: 71%, 79%, 75%. Yes?
79.
Wrong?
31.
Correct.
I didn't even get to like tap.
You are supposed to tap. Whoever taps first gets the answer. Number two. What's the Cookie Monster's real name?
Cookie Monster has a real name?
Oh my God, we are going
Yeah,
nowhere with
pass.
this game. Bertie, John, Sid. Take a wild guess.
Bertie?
Sid.
Correct.
I didn't hear the question.
Okay, so
never
we
mind, never mind.
learned something.
It's okay.
Cookie Monster has a name.
Moment.
Yes.
I tapped. I tapped and I
How
answered
many
right.
different shapes of pasta are there? Over 25, over 600, over 95. Right?
Over 25.
Wrong.
600.
600. Over 600.
Okay, I'm giving the two of you. Where were French fries invented? You were first.
Your
Belgium.
Correct. My God, those is on a roll.
I was going to say.
Which fruit has more genes than humans? Strawberries, peaches, tomatoes.
I'm not
Oh, well,
going
we'll
to
give it to her. No.
No, but say it, you were first.
Strawberries.
Wrong.
Peaches.
Wrong. Charity win. Charity win, I tell you. Charity win. You know, next
I
time
hadn't the
we should go
foggiest.
ahead and put 4 options if there are 3 people, because one person is inevitably going to win.
And
But I
then
must
one
say,
person is me.
yeah. But I must say, this segment is, of course, the winner. Fair chance is Dush.
What?
Yeah, I think he answered most of it.
Yeah, actually,
And
yeah.
he was more convincing. So just give it to him, then you fight about it later.
I think he actually
Thank
knew
you.
the answers.
No, but
I
he's-
just won, by default.
Yes, by default. Take a wild
Don't
guess
worry,
is
you
what
can
I
pick
said.
what you like.
I must say a big thank you to our friends at MasterCard. Now, if you're planning on going somewhere, you're too busy, you don't want to be, touching things and meddling with things, just tap and go. Life is so much more easier with our friends at MasterCard. Thank you so very much for making this possible. You make life so much more sexy. We'll see you after the break. Do stick around. This is A Date with DANU. Welcome back to the show. It's A Date with DANU. We're talking to people who make basic things turn so good. And they just serve it up and it's just delicious. You know, we have literally grown up eating cake, and I have had cake where you need a glass of water to eat it along with it because otherwise you'll just choke on it. But you know, those things really take you back to that school time memories. There was something nice about it. But cake, I think in Sri Lanka, the whole factor of making a cake has really become a trend now. The fact that they want to really perfect it. The wedding days where they used to have rigiform stacked up all over the roof is now gone. They actually have a real cake now where you can eat the whole thing off after the reception starts, which is amazing. I think that's how the future should be. Tell me, when you were in advertising, you have done some TV, you have done all sorts of things, and then when you sort of settled with this full time, did you ever think that this could pay all my bills?
Oh, not at all. Actually, for a few years, it was very touch and go.
Means the bills were touch and go. That's why you need to tap and go, darling.
So,
Sorry.
yes. No, so, at the beginning, it was really, really difficult, right? It took a long time. I've been in this industry for about a good 15 years.
And you have not even got baked still.
I haven't got baked still. And I think I've just started becoming self-sufficient.
Right.
After 15 years of struggling, of actually building a name for myself, building a brand, building and making products that people trust and keep coming back to.
Correct.
Right? It's not like you sell it once and then, you know, you make a buck. It's not like that. They have to come back.
That's when you actually earn.
That's
and
when you
also,
earn,
it's quite sad in Sri Lanka. You know, you are the chances of making a mistake is a huge cost, because you will quote a price. I'm sure your Bellissima tub will be priced at something. If you muck up that batch, you ain't going to make profit out of that whole batch. It's just gone. How have you dealt with that? Because you sometimes get carried away.
We've had to throw out whole bases, because if the cream splits, for example, because there's a lot of whipping cream in my recipe, that's it. There's no salvaging it. And at the point it goes, you can't, it's already mixed into stuff. So we've thrown out many batches. We just take the hit. I mean, you could try and buy. Once I was so tempted because money was so tight, I was like, it looks okay, it's possible, but immediately, because my customers are so discerning.
And also because they want that, they come for that in their
That's
mind.
what they pay for. And that was the first and the last time I was like, no, I'm not going to muck around with this. If it gets messed up, it just has to go.
Has to go.
Yeah.
You could have just made cold chocolate out of it without throwing it.
But no, once it separates,
I would have been near the Kanu. Tell me about your experience. How did you discover that cooking was in you?
Well, I come from a long line of cooks, actually. My mother is a great cook, my aunts, my grandmother. So it sort of came to me naturally.
My father was a doctor. I promise you it doesn't come down.
Well, something like food, because you see it growing up, you know, you look at when you're tiny, you are looking at your mother cooking in the kitchen, and at some point it clicks, okay, I want to be just like that.
Right.
Right. So, but actually, what actually happened is when I was at a university, you study, you know, all night crams and all that. You get hungry all the time. So, money was tight, obviously, as a university student. So, you start cooking for yourself, which I did. So, eventually, it started off as playing with ingredients, and then jotting down the recipes that I come up with, and then starting up a website, taking photos of the recipes that I make. And eventually it became a hobby. And at that time, mind you, in Sri Lanka, there was no such thing as food blogging, and everybody was like telling me, oh, why do you post pictures of the food that you make? Can't you just eat it and shut up about it and things like that, you know?
Now you can't. Now they don't even eat it. They just take the picture.
Exactly.
Yeah. They literally take a picture and shut up about it.
Exactly. So that is how Peckish Me came to be. But it has branched out into so many things right now. So right now I'm making my own kombucha and putting it out there.
Yeah, this kombucha has become such a thing now, right?
It is actually really good for your gut.
Yes. But what's the kombucha? What's the flavor that you have?
I have ginger, I have cinnamon, and I have spiced. So that is all.
Cinnamon kombucha just scares me.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't like cinnamon?
I don't even like cinnamon buns.
What?
Yeah, cinnamon. I should not be saying it at cinnamon bread, but cinnamon is a bit of a problem for me.
Really? You don't like the smell, is it?
I don't know what, man. Such a terrible thing.
I think that sometimes cinnamon could be
Yes.
It could
overpowering.
be.
It has been a childhood trauma.
Yeah, somebody must have like fetish
Yeah.
Go
something
to the
with too
bathrooms
much
here
cinnamon.
because it's cinnamon oil that they burn in the bathrooms. Just saying.
We have another game and it's called Yes or No. Welcome back to the show. Thank you to our friends at Crystal Luxury Wellness for making this segment possible. We are going to be playing a game and it's called Yes or No. It's very simple. You all have a weapon in your hand. Just show it to me. Yeah, means show, the correct answer.
Okay.
Okay? All right, here we go. Have you ever cooked drunk? Oh my God.
I've cooked
You
Thai as well.
Oh my God. Fine then, let's move on.
Sensual experience of cooking.
Sensual, there you go. Have you ever cooked nude?
Semi-nude, does it count? Semi.
I'm really stressed about this. If
Well, not
I ever have to do... I know where that hair came from. Because, Dush,
not at work. Not
You are-
at work. When-
Yeah.
Dush, looking at you, I'm telling you, you have a bush that is quite a Dush. I just looked at you.
Excuse me.
Oh, why eat? Okay. It's definitely hash there.
Yeah, I don't bake
Hash.
naked. Okay, I don't. Only if my kids are not around.
Ah, there you go. Okay. Do you feel jealous of people?
Sometimes.
Yeah, fair enough. Me too. Have you ever created a fake social media account just to stalk? No. Do you consider yourself to be good with money? Is that a yes, sir?
Haven't been in the past. I am now, I guess.
Very good.
You
I'm
say
so
that.
happy to
Yeah.
hear that.
Lovely.
I'm telling
Yeah.
you, if you want to know how to, oh my God, I've known Dush for a long time. And money can evaporate in front of him. It's literally like water. I don't know how he does it, but nothing is for him, by the way. Yeah. Do you struggle with your confidence? No, you don't struggle with your confidence. You annoy us with your confidence. Two different things. Is my leg too fat? If you don't want to show it, don't have the slit. Cover the whole thing. Wear a bag and come next time. Do you believe it's possible to be in love with two people at the same time? Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, it's very simple, right? Like if you can love several
Why two?
siblings
Can be more.
or friends. Yeah.
I mean, love can be different.
No, I'm
Types,
talking about
right?
love that comes with a jig.
With
No,
what?
you can. Yeah, I think you
Oh,
can.
right,
I
Yeah.
think you can.
With the drink.
What that jig is, we had to find out.
Jig. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
with a jig.
Our personality is shaped by our environment and upbringing. Are you an
Both.
optimist?
Yes.
Actually, all three of you win this gift back from Crystal Luxury Wellness. Well done. Thanks for the answer. I just know too much now. Are you sure you put arak in your jar?
Something intoxicating for sure.
Something that's fermenting.
Oh my gosh. Okay, that comment about the bush, that's going to haunt me.
I need therapy after this to kind of erase that image.
You can't stop.
And you do what you call it, a caramel bomb.
Can we insert a waxing salon ad here?
Let's get into a break. We'll see you right after. Welcome back to the show. Whatever you do, don't ever order salmon.
Oh my gosh.
The nude chefs I have on the show. Actually,
Why did you look at me?
what did he say?
I said, I don't know why I suddenly looked at her when you said that.
I don't know why all eyes are always on me.
Let's not look at anybody.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
Straight at the
remember
camera. Coming
the
back.
hair joke, you know?
I know.
That was, he ended up looking at me. The hair thing.
Yes. So anyway, I wanted to, actually Hash has a lot of names. One is Kanti.
Oh my god. We are not going on that train again.
Yeah. Were you bugged in school for all your names?
No, I think I was popular because of it.
Because nobody could say any of the names.
Yeah, no, it was like a game for people to remember my name.
Yeah, say it one go in fast as possible.
No, people
Just
can
try
like
it.
slow
No,
down.
no, you can't. Why do you think we have
No, I can't.
Yeah, that's what.
We
just
want
say
to
it.
know.
Just say.
No, I'm not gonna say.
No,
There is a
please.
Kanti for sure.
I'll say it really fast. Really
Okay, that's
fast.
fine.
How
Okay?
many initials?
Please don't slow down and like listen. to
How
the-
many initials are there?
So it's I have 5 initials, right?
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So it's Hashini Samrajaka, Ru Bingrajani, Singhanayake Senanayake.
Huh?
There was a single red there.
No, there was no red there.
It sounded like that.
So I think even Divya was trying to figure out my name,
Yeah.
and she picked up on a sound, and she was very happy with that.
Good that you
So there's
started.
Hash and Ru. Y'all
Yeah.
have 2 names now, so that's
That's
enough.
the deal.
That's enough.
Because you could have never been a baker with that name.
Yeah.
For sure. Now, Pekishme is beyond a blog. Do you give harsh reviews when you go to places?
I give realistic reviews.
So this is my point. I have this doubt to ask this. Okay, no, I'm someone who I always say I feature places that I like. I never review because I'm not Gordon Ramsay. I don't know these. I don't know that. If it tastes good, like sometimes what I love to eat would be somebody else's terrible meal. Like there'll be somebody who'll be like, oh my god, this like for example the cinnamon bun. Somebody like, oh, it's out of this world, and I'll be like, oh, it's just nice. But whereas that is just not a review. That is just my opinion. So I sometimes try to play it safe that way. But that's what I was asking. Like having a unless you have worked and gained all those accolades for you to actually make a viewpoint, have people sort of created a backlash? Like have people like, what do you know, man?
I've never actually had that because it's always a personal experience, food, right? So when you're writing about food, so food writing is one of my things. So when you're writing about food, you give the flavors, you give the nuances, you give how it makes you feel.
Right.
It's not about whether it is good or bad. You never say that. I don't know. I personally never say that. So it's about, okay, this food has these undertones, these overtones, these flavors. So that is always
Just facts.
Exactly,
Yeah.
the facts. So whether they like it or not, like you said, you don't like cinnamon. So if I say this is very cinnamony, you
Yeah.
will not go there.
Good, correct.
So
Exactly.
likewise. So it's not about, because like you very rightly said, food is subjective. Tastes are subjective. So it's up to you to decide what you like and what you do not.
Yeah.
So as far as harsh reviews go, if it's absolutely terrible and I don't have a single thing to say about it, I don't write about it. So that's
There
how
you
I go.
Superb. Now, I have seen Dush's journey from 2011. I think that's when you left your very fancy job where you got paid very well, and you decided to take this up as a passion project.
Yes, and become a cook couple.
Yeah.
Basically.
I was right in front of my house. That's how I sort of knew that he was there. It was a small space. What was it called?
Juice bar.
Juice bar, correct. That avocado juice was just bomb. There was barely any avocado. It was just
Ice cream.
full of ice cream. It was green, I knew, but it was just like delicious. Your Nelly was really good. Like there was like your lime juice. Like it was not a basic lime. I'm telling you, that lime has done some blessing. That was some other lime. It was so good. But it's also very expensive because your palate is where, you want to serve the best. But then when you serve the best, it's hard to charge the best.
Yeah.
Then it becomes a problem. Then eventually you're losing out, whereas you don't want to put mediocre food and you don't want to charge too much. How did you find that balance? Because I know you have grown so much from there to today.
Yes, clearly I didn't because we were getting. Well, I was making losses on the shakes, which I realized much after.
But I had like a every time free shake policy. Oh, that sounded really wrong.
that's how you went
I
from
will get a shake from the juice bar free.
So now
Which
we
is
know.
avocado.
Now we know what happened to the.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, because I realized that, okay, I thought a gallon was it's a certain volume. You divide it up, okay, we weighed it. And then, because ice cream is mostly air.
Yeah. It goes down.
Yeah, exactly. So we were still using the volume. And then if you're supposed to get 5 servings, you were getting 4. And that made a huge dent because I was keeping very small margins.
Yeah. And your mugs
Yeah.
were not small.
No.
Yeah, those were a
60
bucket.
minutes, yeah.
Do you want a bucket? It was one of those, but it's great. But that shows that whenever I come to you, I knew I will always get good food. But it's also sad that you can't charge so much in this country because not everyone is is left with that amount of disposable income. You know, having an avocado juice with milk or avocado shake is off their daily routine, and especially today, we're talking about water bills going up by 50%. You could have not even added water then. It would have been just a terrible, terrible thing. So, yeah, we'll come back and speak about, she has a lot of cut pieces with cake. Should make that a business.
That is so random.
I'm just wanting it. Let's get into a segment, and we call this thing Hot Seat. I really love asking terrible questions. I find absolute joy out of it. And we're back on the show with our nude chefs. All right, we're going to be talking about some questions here. Please do feel free to answer as honest as you would like to. Here we go. Jayani, I'm going to start with you.
Ooh. Ah, okay, sorry.
If sex were a flavor, what would your flavor be?
Cinnamon, yes.
It's a dry stick.
Yeah, I'll go with cinnamon. I
Okay.
don't care whether you think it's a dry stick.
There's a saying, a way to a man's heart is through his stomach. Do you believe this is true? Has it worked for you?
Yeah. I mean, I think not just men, way to anybody's heart is through the stomach.
Super. According to you, being known as someone who cooks well, is it a blessing or a curse when you are with friends or at family parties?
Both, I would say.
If you had to name a dish to match the personalities of these following people, what dishes would you pick for them?
Oh.
Ranil Wickramasinghe,
Tres leche?
because only he can say it right.
Probably.
Ureni Noshika,
Oh, something spicy. Kochi.
Ranjan Ramanayaka,
Mighty meaty?
Umara Singhawansa,
Serenading the senses.
If there is one secret to your recipe that you have to hold close to your heart, would you share it with me?
No. Why?
Just wanted to see whether I was special enough.
I'll tell you in secret, not in
Ah,
public.
sorry.
So.
But I'm happy that you didn't name one of these people Ambultial. That would have been just really bad. Okay. Dush, if you were to challenge the two ladies seated next to you, who do you think will do a better job with the brand Bellissima?
Oh. That's a hard one.
Do you want to answer that? Do you?
Why did you do this? Well, to be honest, I suppose...
I don't want an explanation. I just need an answer.
Oh. But I don't get to qualify it, but I think hash...
Okay, done,
not
okay.
if- okay.
I won that round. By default, because
If you
I'm a
were to
dessert
sell
person.
Bellissima in a sex shop, what would you use as a tagline?
Make sure to lick the rim as well.
Oh my gosh, that is so good.
Or too long.
Just say Bellissima, lick the rim.
Lick the rim.
Oh my
You should use that.
Yeah, that's actually a good tagline.
Just thought of that. That's amazing.
That's really good.
Wow.
How your mind is in such a gutter. I thought you were present on this show.
That's
It's
why-
clearly down a gutter. Sorry. What is your all-time favorite hotel in Sri Lanka that you think has managed to keep up the standards over the years? Hilton, Galadari, Cinnamon, Jetwing.
What? Slow down. Cinnamon, Galadari?
Jetwing,
Okay.
Hilton.
Oh dear. To be honest, I've seen them all go through phases where it's been up and down.
I don't need explanation. I just need an answer
Oh,
because that's when you're in real
But no
trouble.
one's been consistent, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you didn't pick any.
Nobody.
Yeah,
Yes,
maybe
no
nobody.
one. What's the most interesting thing that you have coated with chocolate?
Sorry, repeat that again.
What's the most interesting thing
Thing
that you have
that-
coated with chocolate? Finger does not count.
No. So actually, I was copying somebody else, chili paste.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
If you were to pick an ambassador for your brand, who from the following would you pick? Your options are Mervyn Silva, Susantika, Pavitra Vanyarachi, Arjuna Ranatunga. Remember, they have to say, don't forget to lick the rim.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
listen.
My brain is fried.
I thought
I was going to go with Susantika immediately, but then,
okay,
imagine
that's
her
fine.
saying lick the rim. I don't know.
Yeah. Hash.
Oh dear.
Men or women? Who do you think do it better in the kitchen?
Men.
There's a saying, a ways to a man's heart is through his stomach. Do you believe this is true and has it worked?
It's 100% true, and it has worked. And I think, Jayani said it right, it works for women as well. I've got proposed to by women.
Ooh.
Yes. So
And
I said no, I'm not married to a woman now. No, am I?
if you were to bake this one cake that could solve all problems in the world and save it from the ruin, what cake would you choose to bake out of your cakes?
Out of my cakes, chocolate mousse coffee cake.
Okay. I'll take one to go. Vegan, gluten-free, sugar-free. Out of these three specialty range,
Okay.
which is your favorite?
Gluten-free, vegan. No, definitely vegan. It's easy.
If you were to bake a cake for these following people, what would you choose to bake for them? Iraj. Means it doesn't literally need to be a cake. It can be any cake.
Could I choose not to bake a cake if I don't like?
That's okay. You don't want to bake a cake for
I-
Iraj? I
no.
don't mind. Malini Fonseca.
Something fruity, like gateau.
Gatto. Roseanne Dias.
Something chocolatey.
Lucky Dias.
I don't know Lucky does.
The actor Lucky, he was
Yeah.
married to Malini Fonseca.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Know him at all. Just give him a simple cake, will you?
Ribbon cake.
Beard.
Congratulations, none of you all
Beard?
won
I'm
this.
sorry, beard?
Let's get into a break. We'll see you after this. When it comes to doing something by yourself, getting trolled and called all sorts of names is a common thing in Sri Lanka. Let's speak about how has it been to survive in this industry. Dish the dirt time. Okay, so it's not an easy place to be. Everyone is fighting for the space, and we don't have enough and more people who will buy it. Little by little, things are really slowing down in our country, and finding ingredients have become hard. So the most smallest things have become challenging. Have you all had people who have been ruthless in commenting or saying things that can cripple your business, and they don't see the bigger picture of it?
Are we gonna randomly answer? Or?
Yeah, it's like everyone.
Definitely has happened to me, where a lot of people have copied my recipes and shared it, like they'd change a ingredient here or there, but
Like
I know my
for-
recipes, right?
Dark chocolate, they put white chocolate.
Yeah, or they'd substitute one flour with another flour, and be like, oh, I came up with this recipe by myself.
Put two nuts when there's one.
Yeah, so people tell me all the time, like a lot of my ideas have got copied over time, but there are people who've practically copied my entire business model as well. And people tell me, it's flattering. It's not flattering actually. I feel insulted. I feel disrespected because I work very hard, right? Like I would literally work at perfecting a recipe for years. So to have that snatched up and copied and reposted as their own, that's not flattering.
So how much of a recipe can you share online?
It depends from person to person. I share some of my recipes, but the others now I think I've kind of held back because people are reposting them as their own. So
Yeah.
that's very discouraging. Yeah.
Without giving credit, saying, hey, I tried Hasha's
Yeah.
recipe and it turned out really nice, which will be a compliment and also
yes,
something.
tag,
Yeah.
and say, okay, the original base recipe is from this person. But a lot of people don't do that. Like you say, everybody's like fighting
Yeah.
for, their
Space.
slice. Yeah.
Dush, the minute you made this jar where we used to store like rat poison at one time into Bellissima, now everyone is just have bought glass jars from across the world
Yeah.
and they have stuffed all sorts of things in it.
Yeah.
So tell me, how was it for you? Because there are a lot of Bellissima lookalikes.
Right. So stuffing all sorts of things. Yes. I mean, I didn't invent jars. So I mean, yes, they can put whatever they want in it.
Yeah.
But I think some people, and sometimes even established businesses, trying to copy the product exactly, the look. I mean, and a lot of our flavors look very distinct.
Yeah.
So they try to copy that. They try to copy the recipe. But the thing is, it's very.
Whereas you didn't like sort of, pipe, like use a machine to pump it in. You had to pour with your hand.
At the start, but we did have to
you're
move on to a
evolved
machine.
now.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Not mechanized.
It's nice for the story to say, up to now, I'm pouring with a spoon.
with the teaspoon.
Yeah.
No, but again, even copying is fine. For me, it's, because I feel like certain things, however small, I did revolutionize, but when it's not accepted, that, at first it really bugged me because it was, like you said, really tough times to get through where we were not making any profit, right? We were hemorrhaging money. So it's not just, here's a nice product, there's sweat, blood, and tears and cash behind it, right? And then when the concept works, to see somebody move in and capitalize on it, used to get me upset, but then I realized the quality wasn't the same. So I was like, okay, let themselves, let them knock themselves out. That's fine. And literally there was a point, like every 2 weeks, there was somebody copying it. And then it just became a joke.
And you can't patent a recipe, like, you can't patent a jar because it has been around.
Not a jar. You can patent it, but it's very difficult. And again, you just change 1 or 2 ingredients, like you said, 2 nuts instead of 1 or whatever. It's not the same recipe.
Yeah.
And also with patents, it's kind of counterproductive because in about 10 years, or I can't remember the period, you have to make it public knowledge once the patent expires. So you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot. This is why Coca-Cola never patents their recipes. They just have a secret recipe.
Right.
Yeah.
I think if I'm not mistaken, I think Dush was the one who introduced Boost chocolate biscuit pudding to Sri Lanka, right?
Yeah. So the booze and also flavored chocolate biscuit pudding because we only did chocolate.
Yeah.
So it was 2 different things.
Correct.
Yeah.
In your journey of food, you handled many roles as in life. She's into rock music.
I'm into music.
No, but rock specifically, like.
Interestingly, that's how I worked with Dush and Andrew, because Andrew was the former lead guitarist of Stigmata, which is a band.
What were you doing, Dush, with these people?
So Andrew joined me with Bellissima at one point. Right?
Exactly.
So
I was like, I can't picture you playing rock anyway.
No, well, I kind of grew into
know.
it. No, because Suresh from Stigmata was my batchmate.
Right.
So I was really exposed to it from the get-go. Yeah.
Okay, so your food journey, like you handle many roles. When you go into a kitchen, it could be the fact that you like to read, you're an author, you're also someone who's into rock music. When you get into the kitchen, is it just matter of fact, cook, just get out of this place, or cook because it's pleasurable?
Well, it's cooking because it's pleasurable. I mean, if you ask my husband, I don't cook at all sometimes. So there are days that I feel like cooking, then I go all out.
Are you all into the type of cleaning up after cooking?
No. Oh, no.
Oh, definitely.
No.
Huh?
Yes.
Yeah, I clean as I bake because if the kitchen is a clutter, I can't think.
Right,
Oh,
so
yeah.
okay.
Yeah. So I have an assistant also who helps me clean.
Yeah, so that's what I did. I had an assistant to clean
Yeah,
up.
I don't
after.
have
But I would,
You do it
assistants.
yourself.
Even if I'm baking at midnight, I would clean up after myself. I cannot
Really?
leave a dirty kitchen. I cannot.
I clean up as I go, but like the mess that is left at the end, I don't clean up. I can't.
Everything has to be like very, clean
Brand
and
new.
organized. When I come downstairs in the morning, I want to start with a fresh, nice kitchen.
Can
I
I
do
take
too,
you
but
home, please?
But you actually enjoy it.
It's therapeutic, right? Sometimes I would clean because I can't get my thoughts organized.
I'll just put you at my house for a few days.
Oh yeah, you get this cleaning fits when you're at a bad mood, when you're angry with somebody, you just clean.
And you
that
even
happens.
organizing, right?
That means I've never been angry with anyone. Let's get into a segment and we call this. So this segment is made possible by our friends at Midnight Divas for everything that is interesting. I'll be asking 2 questions. Based on the answers, I will see who wins this gift box full of exciting things.
So we have to out-kink each other, basically.
That is up to you how you would like to answer it.
Kink is a verb.
Have you ever taken fruits, vegetables, or other culinary delights into the bedroom? Name some.
You have to name some. Ice cubes.
So have I. Oh, this is not one of those segments.
No,
Ice cubes, whipped cream, strawberries, nuts.
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 You're making
When they're
What were you doing? You're
I'll leave
cooking?
that to your imagination. Oh, blowtorch. Blowtorch.
my goodness, now I'm a little afraid.
Blowtorch.
Yeah.
For the nuts?
I think you need to elaborate.
For the creme brulee.
Wait till you cook in the bedroom.
No, I'll just leave that to the imagination.
Yeah, I'm just, yeah.
I mean, my imagination is pretty
You
wild, but
can
I'm still
consult
having.
me after this.
You used a
after this-
blowtorch. Oh my God,
Let's
somebody
leave
is
it.
missing a part of their body.
I was going to say, I haven't seen the husband in a while.
It's
He
not
must be having blowtorch today. You?
Ooh, candles.
No blow torches.
Yes, I got it. I
What?
figured out what the
For the candle.
But you don't need a
For
blow
the
torch.
candleman, ayo.
Dush, what have you taken?
Sorry. Well, literally, I've taken, like, if it's fruit salad, I've eaten in my bedroom. But I try not get, like, things that can get
Boring.
mashed
Hash.
into the bedroom.
Yeah, I also don't like messy things falling on the bed
Yes.
sheets because I mean,
Okay,
try
fine.
get chocolate
So,
off bed
last
sheets.
question. So, we are done. We don't want your explanation. Bare or trimmed?
Trimmed.
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 Definitely, obviously.
Have a good time.
Thank you so much.
Oh, there's a
Do
Is
you
there
have a
anything that-
You all
blowtorch?
can see what's in it.
Do you have a blowtorch in there?
I've learned so much on this show. We
Now
did some
you know.
digging and found things on social media. Let's talk about that. So, welcome back. I'm not going to look at a blowtorch the same way. Do you refill it with gas?
You have to. Oh my
Oh,
God,
that's
that is an
nice.
ancient picture.
Where was this? When?
That was at a mortar
pass.
show, I think. Some ancient years back, which I can't even
I
remember.
can see the phone like pixelating and all, like
Yes.
struggling to take that one picture.
Yes.
Oh, that's my grandma. So she's my inspiration for cooking, actually. Yeah.
Little side
It's a
note I
grandma
have to
oyster.
tell about Dush, if I may.
Yeah.
I've known Dush for a long time, and his story is truly inspiring. He lost both his parents with a very tragic incident, but his grandma brought him up, and his brother, and I think you have made them very proud in their own ways.
Thank you.
How old were you when you?
16.
And it was not it's not the nicest way you can have some parents leave you. But yeah. But I know you had a huge support system around you, but I think your grandma really filled all the shoes. Yeah.
Well, it wasn't this grandma, though.
The other
The other
grandma,
one, but yeah, but they were both really big parts of my life. Yeah.
Amazing.
Oh, my babies! This was our first solo trip together.
The three of you.
The three of us, just the three of us. Yeah.
How old are your kids?
They're bigger now, actually. This one has like a shot up. He's
Oh.
13, and this one is now 10.
Wow.
Yeah.
So there was a time when we were all famous.
Oh dear.
If
I
we
look
can
terrible.
note-
I hate this picture. I look terrible in that.
I'm very sorry. I look nice. I was thin.
Yes, you look incredible
Where
actually.
are you?
Look at that
This is
jawline.
me.
My gosh.
Where?
This one.
The Chinese guy?
No, no.
Ah, okay, the one next to it.
That's a girl,
Oh,
not even
sorry.
a guy. So racist we are.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So different.
There was a time when we did, yeah. The guy who is being roasted.
Who we haven't seen for a
Yeah.
while.
Yes, I love that picture.
Yeah, it's
I
a
mean,
beautiful
none of that is post, by the way. That is just how we were.
That is just him having a
that's
blowtorch.
Does he look like he's in pain?
Oh my God, Hash! I'm telling you, I thought this was such a beautiful picture. I need to bring it out here.
Nice.
Oh,
You
thank
look
you.
stunned, bun. By the way, she's
Beautiful.
mingling. If you're interested, please
Oh
send
my
me your
gosh.
entries.
Also, you love this one shoulder
That's
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
this is my Tinder.
Tinder profile picture.
It's a good one.
But I must tell you, for those who want to know how I knew Dush, this was him.
Oh, God.
Oh, I
you look so
remember this.
different.
Oh, yeah, I
Yeah.
remember this.
That's a polite way of putting it.
No, you look very nice.
Very
very
You look
different.
like your brother there.
But you would
Yes.
look nicer now.
Oh,
Oh, I love
salvaging is
her.
a bit late. It's okay. You have that.
No, I told him earlier also, he showed me a
That's when
picture
he
from
actually had a salary coming in. Yes, when his life was a bit better. I know we all were like, are you sure you want to leave this job that really pays? Yeah.
So wait, the two of you were working together, is
No,
it?
no, I just knew him. And also he had a good job.
Right.
It was the avocado juice. The shake.
Yeah.
The shake.
Yeah. Well,
Clearly that made
there
sense.
also used to be a cow that randomly visited your shop,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. There was a cow
The brown
who used to just
cow.
wander in. And
Actual
yeah.
cow.
A real cow, and
Oh,
he used
okay,
to
okay.
like feed the cow as
Yeah,
well.
and you said don't chase it away, it's good luck.
I didn't say
Oh, that
that.
wasn't you. Okay, that was someone else.
Well, how would I know a cow brings you luck? In that case, I should be rolling in millions. I live in Piliandala. There are only cows there. Nothing has gone the right way for me. I'm not finding any collection. Well, one thing that you guys can do is just make sure you support local businesses, businesses that are starting in small spaces, hoping and dreaming that one day it's going to conquer. And these three guys are a part of that story. And I, just like my sister, you know, she left her full-time job that pays a comfortable salary to do something that really brings her happy, makes her happy. And also for the biggest compliment that you can get is when somebody calls and says, oh, I really loved it, you know, it was so nice. You feel like you have achieved so much in that because it has brought in a sense of joy. And that's what food does. And who can go wrong with food? Food is everyone's favorite thing. They give you a last meal in a prison because that's the highlight of your life and you rather have it. So thank you so very much for being here, sharing your stories. It has been absolutely amazing. I hope you had a good time.
Oh,
Definitely.
yes.
Thank you for having
We
us.
did.
No
and
worries.
thank you for putting us on the spot with all these blow torches and the fruits and the whatnot.
We didn't put anyone.
Yeah.
You put yourself
I didn't
in the
even
spot,
blame him for
spoke
that.
about your blowtorch, and now,
I can't look at her the same
yeah,
way again.
same. Now we know you don't wax. You just burn it. And don't worry, guys. You know, you all don't need to pay anything because I have already tapped. And now I can go. On that note, we need to wrap things up. Thank you to all our sponsors and to our friends who have just joined us from this week onwards. Mastercard. We will see you soon. Till then, you keep smiling. It's a wrap on the show.